I want to talk about confidence and risk taking after you pass your driving test. It's quite an important one because there's not many videos that talk about what you can do after you pass your driving test. Because when you're with your instructor, you're being asked to check your mirrors, signal, and do things safely so that you're a safe driver and you understand why you do them. And you do it on your driving test, and that's why you pass, because you reach that standard where it's safe. Right? But after you pass your driving test, you get in your own car and you're driving around. And you're driving around for 6 months or a year or 6 years or wherever it is. And whenever I bump into someone who's been driving a few years and I got talking to them, and it turns out that they know I'm an instructor, I'll say to them, so you're a good driver then? Oh yeah, I'm a good driver. Well, how do you know you're a good driver then? I'll say to them, how do you know you're good? Oh, because I'm good. I've never had an accident. So I say, well, have you been on a course since you passed your driving test? Have you done any further education to help you as your standard of driving? Because there's courses out there, Institute of Advanced Motorists and so on, you can do. And they say, no, I've never had an accident, so I must be a good driver. So I said, well, how do you know you're a good driver then? Well, I passed my driving test. Okay, so I'll say to them, and this is important, if you can say to yourself that whenever you go left, you check your mirrors, centre left, and you signal. Whenever you go right, centre mirror right, and signal. Whenever you're slowing down, you check your mirrors before you start slowing down. When you're about to pull off, you're checking your blind spot, make sure it's safe. You're not just checking that right mirror. You know, when you're about to open the door, you're looking. You're not just letting the door swing open and then looking. Right? You're doing the safe things all the time. When you come into a roundabout, you're not putting your foot down to beat that car on your right, so you don't have to slow down. You're not taking risks. If you can say to all them answers that you're doing the safe thing, you're doing the right thing, then you're keeping your standard up, aren't you? And that's just a few examples. But if you're listening to that then and you said, actually, I don't signal to go left on a roundabout. I don't need to now. I've passed my driving test. There's no point. Well, there is a point. You're telling everyone your intentions. Okay? Because that car who's slowed down for you doesn't know what you're doing. He thinks you're going straight on. That's why he stopped for you. And all of a sudden you turn left. And or you're saying to yourself, well, no one else signals. Well, most people do signal. It's just the odd occasional one who don't signal because they're getting a little bit lazy and overconfident. That, you know. So if you're taking risks, and you've got to say to yourself, if you're a risk taker, you'll know. You know, if you're putting your foot down to beat that light, or you're putting your foot down to beat that car on the roundabout to get ahead of them because you're thinking, if I put my foot down, I can get ahead of that car there, I don't have to stop. Or if you're taking an extra 5 minutes to get out of bed in the morning and racing to work and thinking it'll be all right if I'm doing 35 miles in a 30 zone, there's no kids around. Risks, aren't there? And eventually, the overconfidence, because you're thinking I can do it once, I'll do it again, will catch you out, and there'll be a mistake, and it'll either be an accident, which is no one wants to have an accident. When they happen, they're not nice, and they can end up in tears in hospitals, unfortunately. So remember, keep your standard up. No one's telling you what to do now you're passed. You know, go on a course if you think you need to. If you're not checking your mirrors, check them. If you're not signaling, definitely signal, because unfortunately out there now, lots of cars are getting dash cams in them, aren't they? And if you make a serious error of judgment, taking a silly risk, and gets caught out, it's involved in a car accident, you can almost guarantee there's a car behind you or ahead of you or on the side of you who's got the camera pointing at you. And unfortunately at that point there, it's not just the fact hospitals are going to be involved, it's got the police is going to be involved, your insurance is going to get told all about it, and you won't get insurance if it's a dangerous thing you're doing. So, or your insurance is going to be sky high. So I suppose what I'm trying to say to you is keep your standard, don't take risks, and don't get overconfident, because overconfidence causes accidents. Take care and be safe.